Hello, hello. Fancy seeing you again so soon. Yeah, I've just been working on some thumbnails recently, and I thought it'd be why not just stream it? It's the kind of thing that I just like kind of working on. But also, when you're designing thumbnails, you're designing them for people. On YouTube, it's an audience, and I thought, who better to ask or to get feedback from than you guys? Hopefully, the people who watch my videos. So rather than me kind of just designing the thumbnails that I think look cool, I would love to get your perspective on oh, how did we get so lucky? Oh, thank you, Moosh. You're welcome. Yeah, I thought I'd just get your perspective on some of the designs I've done, some that I'm working on. Yeah, I think it's one of those things that I find really difficult because on one hand, I want to design thumbnails that look good from a design perspective, but then thumbnails that actually perform. And when you kind of factor in psychology and all that stuff, which I still know comparatively little about, it's not just about what design looks best design wise. So I've got to kind of separate my opinions on the design from what actually performs. Thumbnails that are designed well and that perform well are two different things. But I want to try and find the balance because I spend a lot of time making the content, and I think one thing that I definitely need to do a better job of is packaging up the content with a thumbnail and a title that is interesting and that is going to entice someone to click on the video. Otherwise, I'm putting all the time into making these super polished videos and not many people are watching them. So I definitely need to up my thumbnail game. So as you can see on screen here, I've got a bunch of stuff that I'm working on. Some or most actually, for upcoming videos. And this little one in the top corner might look familiar if you've checked that out. But yeah, thought I'd just pop in, say hello, put some music on, and design some thumbnails because it is quite fun. It is quite fun to do. I wasn't expecting a live today either, Raquel. I am an unpredictable thing. That's what I am. I'm a thing. On the beach watching. Oh my goodness. Nada Lutka, what beach? Where are you? What country? Yes, I'm envious. I want to be on a beach. Instead, I'm stuck in an office, but with lovely air conditioning. We actually have good air conditioning. I used to work in this office, or not this specific one, but the same building about probably 6 years ago now. And it used to get so hot in our unexpected British summer that the air conditioning in the main building just broke. It just buckled under it was like the air conditioning was like, oh yes, this is a moderate temperature. Oh my goodness, the sun's come out. And we're not built to handle the sun in the UK, and even the air conditioning completely failed on everyone. So they've got good AC now. It's nice. Why are they even called thumbnails? Do you know that is the chat GPT? Let's ask that. I don't know. No, there's probably a thing somewhere. I've been posting graphic design tutorials on my channel. You are my inspiration. Oh, that's very kind. And you are now my competitor. Ha! Nah, just kidding. Love it. Are they your thumbnails for your videos, or you're just making them? Yes, they're for my videos, upcoming and current. Like, if I just hang on, if I whip up my channel a sec. So I think pretty much all of these except these two here. These two, hopefully it's not going to start auto. Oh, it's going to start auto playing. These two here were done by someone else. The rest, I think, were all done by me. And I think some definitely perform better than others. So down here, these videos seem to do really well. And honestly, if you've got any kind of tips or feedback or things that you like, things that make you want to click on my video thumbnails, and things that you kind of think, actually, I don't really care about that, it'd be super helpful to understand. Because like this one here, for example, you've got 9 hacks for Adobe Illustrator. 163,000. You got 9 Adobe Illustrator hacks. They're just as good as the other video. They're great. 50,000, and it's just that disparity in views is just so massive. It's it's hard to like get some sort of consistency. Do you know what I mean? So I'm like looking at these two and I'm thinking, well, is it the thumbnail or is it the title? Or big old yellow arrows seem to kind of do a really good job for a while, and then yeah, some of them just, they don't perform, and it's frustrating when you put so much time into making the video. You think, oh yeah, this is going to be, people are going to love this, and then it just doesn't really go anywhere. So, and I think some of that is to do possibly with the thumbnail, the title, and how I like frame the video, maybe. I don't know. So I'm kind of looking for feedback and input from you guys, because you are the people that I'm designing these thumbnails and making these videos for. So if you think they're good or terrible, honestly, just please do let me know. Hey Gabriel, how you doing? Oh, sorry, Gabriel. Sorry, I think I pronounced that incorrectly. That one is very bland compared to the colourful one. Oh, which one are we looking at? Oh, wait, sorry. This one here, these two. Yeah, so I think I went for something a bit more simple, but I suppose, yeah, that's probably the most obvious thing, is the colour. I actually choose videos for the title. Okay, interesting. Right, okay. Yeah, I think the thumbnail does its part, and of course now, as you can see here, videos autoplay as well. So it's not just about the thumbnail anymore. It's like the first 5 seconds people see as well. So you got a nice little sponsorship in there. This one here as well. Blah blah blah. A few moments later. I don't even know what that was about. But yeah, basically last night I kind of went through designing a Homer thumbnail. Not Homer thumbnail. It's essentially, I think it's a really good video. It's like just under, it's about 3 to 4 minutes long. And it's just how to take your drawings and your designs in Illustrator from looking like terrible if you're new, and then just knowing exactly which tools and features to use to get them looking really clean. I think it's a good video, if I'm honest, and it's really short as well. And I think I'm up to like 12 thumbnails now. So I got that one. We got, that's not a thumbnail. I don't know. That just crept in there somewhere. We've got pictures of me posing, being an idiot. Oh my god, I'm so shocked. Oh, I can't believe it. I can't believe this video didn't perform like I was hoping. Oh, disgusting. Yeesh. Trying to like, that's me freestyling there. Awful. What else we got? Was that another one? Oh, hello. Yeah. Okay, back to the actual thumbnails. We've got version 4. It's got a bit out of control. We've got version 5 with my added face. So I'm kind of experimenting. Do people want to see or recognize my face rather than seeing the product of what is in the video? We've got one with the Illustrator icon. We've gone back to Homer. Different colorways. Something a bit more drawing-esque with some kind of gridded lines and tools in the background. And this is another thing as well, is the text on the thumbnail. You know, this one here is 9 drawing tools. And I thought, actually, should I switch it up and go for 9 tools to master drawing and have something much more like appealing? Then, that's a bit rubbish. And that's where I've landed at the minute. Master drawing in 3 minutes, which I think is quite possibly more enticing. So of course the title will play its part. The title for this is, at the moment, top 9 tools to master drawing in Illustrator. So it's kind of going from this to this. So I don't know which one would be more interesting to you, that would make you want to click on it with that title. The one with Homer, or the promise of mastering drawing in 3 minutes? You should do a Discord server. I've got a private community already. Well, it's not, well, it is private, but you sign up for free. to join the chat and enter the competition. So there's a competition running at the minute. There's a link if you do want to join the community. Yeah. Right, so you liked option B. Looks very professional and trustable. You shouldn't trust a designer with an ugly design. No. No, I suppose. What was... So, yeah, I think the one I posted on YouTube and Twitter X was that, I think. It was... That was the comparison. A and then B. And that's what I'm trying to figure out more. Yeah, whether I mean, whether it needs my mug on the thumbnails so people can see that it's me, or whether the text needs to be more enticing. I'm going to A/B test this because I feel like this could be an interesting one with the text. Master drawing in 3 minutes and having a short video, I think, at least in my opinion, is quite an enticing promise. And the video will show you all the tools you need to draw, like in just 3 or 4 minutes. Like it's a good video. So it does deliver on that promise, I think. Yeah, so I think a lot of master drawing in 3 minutes just sounds like clickbait. I think clickbait's a bit of a minefield now because there's things that are, I think genuinely people feel like they've been baited with clickbait if it doesn't deliver on the promise. But actually, honestly, these, like, I mean, well, you see me draw all the time on the live streams. The tools that I use in this little video are the tools that I use on all the live streams to draw anything. So it sounds like clickbait. Obviously, it's not just drawing. You've not got the added context there. So the title is specifically. I just save that a second. Let it update. Yeah. So top 9 tools to master drawing, and then you've got master drawing in 3 minutes. So you've got Illustrator in the title. So it's not just drawing in general. But I would be curious to A/B test that and see how it works. Or maybe there's another word. Maybe there is another word other than master. So this is just the kind of the working one that I've got at the minute. But it's kind of like, instead of just doubling up the text, on one of the other designs, I think it was just like a repetition of the thumbnail. Yeah, 9 drawing tools. That's already in the video title. So you're kind of just, it's sort of a wasted opportunity, really. But yeah, of course, you've got to straddle the line between clickbait. You don't want it to actually not deliver on the promise of the video. Yeah, right. Okay, so that's a good question. That's a good point, David. Play my backgrounds make it look bland. Title's more important, though. Master drawing in 3 minutes is better, but the splash of color in the background would draw my eye better. Okay, so this is where it gets interesting because you got dark mode as well. So it looks bland it kind of looks more bland on a lighter background. So I guess it depends how many people are using dark mode. But maybe it does need a splash of color. Let's try it. Let's add. We'll do version 13. Oh my god, this is one thumbnail as well. Oh my goodness. Okay. Right, where did I have? I had a color version somewhere. There you are, Homer. no. It's not lined up. There we go. Yeah, so I was kind of playing around with this sort of brushstroke idea, kind of showing it being completed, or there is a full color one. I don't know. I feel like half of it being in color and half not is better for some reason. I can't tell you why. I think it's just because it shows a bit more of the like it's like the process, like it's happening, rather than just showing a picture of Homer. Do you know what I mean? Like I want to convey that I'm actually drawing Homer in the video, rather than I've just grabbed a JPEG of Homer, click on this because it has Homer on it. Do you know what I mean? And even yesterday when I posted these thumbnails, a lot of people surprisingly said, I don't like The Simpsons, so I wouldn't click on it. I was like, all right, I didn't even think of that. I suppose that's something to factor in, is if you post like a specific character from a thing, people might either not realize what it's for, they might think it's a video about The Simpsons and not even read the title, maybe. Or they might just think, oh, I don't like The Simpsons, so I'm not going to click on it. That's a really good point. Was it me that just made that point? If it was, well done, Dan. You're good for something. Okay. Just to let anyone, let everyone know, there is a link to join the community in the description. There's a competition that's currently running until the 9th of August. So if you want to have a crack and enter the competition, then join the community. All the details are in there on the left. In the Thicker competition, can I submit a link to BHats? So if you want to link your portfolio, do it in the live chat, Gabriel. I'm just keeping the competition tab just for competition entries and things. So if you've got an entry you want to submit, yeah, let's go for it. Otherwise, let's pop it in the live chat. Just because when it comes time to kind of go through all the entries, it's much easier for me to just go through and see all the entries. Well, this is so nice doing this on a pen display. I know there's techniques that are just much quicker, but I love the feeling of using a stylus on a pen display. And just, I don't know, maybe it's good practice as well. Like I don't do like a lot of digital art, drawing and painting from scratch. But I don't know, it's just so enjoyable. I love it. This is basically colouring in for me. It's like I feel like I'm a child again, just doing a bit of colouring. Maybe, I don't know. What do you think? Keeps the stubble beard colour out of it, so it's not too much. Yeah, okay, that is a really good point. Oh, hang on, sorry, I've just missed a bunch of comments. I will get back to that. I think it's important to put your symbol in there. Right, okay, yeah, that's another thing. So what I've been trying to do at the moment is try and use typography more. So this is kind of the new sort of font I'm using, Sophia Sans Condensed. And I've been working with a chap called Max, who's really helped me. Well, he's helped edit some of my videos, but he's also helped me kind of rethink kind of how I'm designing thumbnails and the sort of the Dansky brand as a whole, fonts, blah, blah, blah. So rather than just always using the same colors in thumbnails and having that be the identifying mark, using typography a bit more distinctively instead. So if you've seen a lot of thumbnails of mine with this kind of font on, it's that's why. So hopefully my videos will start to become more recognizable by their kind of typographic style. But then some of them don't even have any lettering on, so it's just it's hard. So yeah, the icon could be a good way to go. It's just hard. Like, and someone else said as well about the where was it? Sorry, Monkey143. The inclusion of the Illustrator app icon makes a huge difference. Which I think, yeah, you're probably right, because I do Illustrator and Photoshop, so I guess it makes it clearer as well. But then you've got the, like here, you've got the design of the thing, whether it's Homer or my face doing some stupid pose. You've got the text, and then it's like, where's the logo go? Like, where do I shove the Illustrator logo? I don't even know where it is. I think I've lost it now. There is an Illustrator logo somewhere. I will find it. I will find you. Version 4? There you are. I got you. You cheeky sausage. You can't hide from me. Yeah, and then the other question becomes: Do I want the Illustrator icon on this? Because then people who may have watched the video out of curiosity would not watch it because the Illustrator icon's there. Or should I just keep the Illustrator icon on because that's who I'm targeting? And then, do you know what I mean? It's so difficult. Like, I'll show you another one actually. There's where's my channel gone? I have lost my channel. There you are. It's so weird. Like, sometimes you get these anomalies that just happen. So this video here just kind of, it's slowed down now, but it blew up when it first came out, and that's of course nice looking thumbnail design wise. It's got the Illustrator, or a version of the Illustrator icon on, and it just completely exploded out of nowhere. And then if I go down to this one, this is another one that went totally bonkers. Where is it? Yeah, this one here. 10 must-know tools for logo design. That's at like over 700k. That's got no Illustrator icon on. And the video, I think in this video I show you how to create the Bug Snacks logo. It's like a little game, like a game for the PlayStation. And I was going to put that as the thumbnail, and then right at the last minute I changed it out and thought, no one's going to care about Bug Snacks. I don't want it to look like a gaming video. And I just put the text on there, 10 logo design tools, my face, a bunch of icons, and it performed probably the best out of any recent videos in recent years. Like, it just really took off. And that didn't even have an Illustrator icon on. So to me, it's just, oh man, it's like a minefield sometimes, knowing kind of, trying to figure out which way to go with it, you know? Where did you get the YouTube home template? Oh, I made it. Oh, if anyone wants this, if you want a blank template of this, by the way, just honestly let me know. Just type something, yes or something in the chat, and I'll post this in the community. If you want this template blank, you can have it for free. Like, so what I used to do was I used to design all the thumbnails in this document. But of course, it then gets massive and the document becomes bloated and sluggish when you've got 12 thumbnails and their designs and all their layers in it. So what I did was I now design the thumbnails in their own PSD. So the PSD file can just be an acceptable size. Even with 13 versions, the PSD file exists separately. This template is a separate thing. And then what I'll do is I'll go in and I'll go to place linked. And if you choose place linked, what you can do is navigate to that PSD file, and it will drop that PSD file in here as a linked file. And so this actual document is really small. It's just linking to the files, and then you can double click the thumbnail in the layers panel, and it will load up that linked file. It's such a fast way of working. But then you avoid the bloat and the slowdown of having it in just one massive document, you know? I'm stuffed. I ate too many cheese nachos. I feel kind of sleepy. Well, you're not showering today, are you? Or are you about to have you're about to have a bath? Do you know what? Maybe one day we'll do a stream from the bath. Or we'll do it from a beach somewhere in a hot tub. That'll be the goal, the dream. We'll do a live stream from a hot tub in some hot, sunny country. Oh, sorry, Gabriel. Yeah. If you've done like an entry for Flickr and you've got it on your Behance, yeah, feel free to link the project, the Flickr project directly as an entry. Yeah, for sure. Sorry, I didn't understand that. Yeah, David says need the AI logo. Still not me. Hey Dan, hello. Yeah, Monkey. One of them did. The other one didn't. The logo design tools, no logo on that. I think the text needs to be more punchy. So when you say punchy, what do you think? So what do you think? What do you mean by punchy? Do you mean more like effects, borders, strokes, shadows, more 3D? Oh wow, you've lost over a stone. Oh nice. Gamification on metrics. Let me get off my butt, and I've shaved off 4 years of my fitness. Well done. Oh, that's amazing. Nice. How do you feel after losing a stone? Have you noticed the difference? Trouble is that people may think the AI logo stands for something else. Yeah, I know it's unfortunate. AI, I know it's unfortunate. I think probably I'd assume anyway the people that I would be targeting my videos at, like, I mean, let's be honest, most of what I do is Adobe, right? So I think if I'm gonna put the Illustrator logo on there, I think, well, I would assume a lot of people would recognize it. Yeah, with Illustrator, as long as Illustrator's in the title, I guess. Do you see why I thought it'd be really helpful to do this kind of stream? Because there's so many different factors. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, Ahmed, you're right. YouTube is so weird when it comes to which videos blow up and which don't. I know, and there's so many people I follow who give amazing advice about kind of how to increase your chances and things, but yeah, sometimes it does just it feels weird. It feels inconsistent. And that's the thing I sort of struggle with. Even with people that have got huge channels, some of their videos do really well and others go nowhere. And it's like, so it's similar to me, but on like a larger scale. And it's just, I don't know, it feels just, Stefano, what's bro cooking? Thumbnails. Hey, Dan Bilzerian. I am definitely not Dan Bilzerian. I'm ginger for a start. More unique typography is needed. Okay, that's right. That's interesting. So Raquel said about typography as well. Yeah, that's the thing. It does become a bit of a. I know Raquel, you were saying that you like the cleanliness of just the bad Homer arrow, good Homer thumbnail. This one is like, okay, you add the text and then you add the this bit, and it all suddenly starts to get really busy, and that's something I've heard time and time again from different people, is that keep it simple, but then it's got to be simple, but it's got to convey what it is, because obviously the way YouTube is, the landscape's changed now. It's not. It's a lot more competitive, but also you've got a lot of great videos out there with great thumbnails. So you're sort of essentially competing with the rest of YouTube. So you got to stand out. You know, whether you're a small creator or a mid-tier creator or a large creator, you got to stand out. So it's ah. Okay, right. So let's focus on the text and the lettering. What do you think I could do to that text to make it more interesting? In fact, actually, I'm going to do a poll on the icon. Right. Should the Ooh, can't spell. Be on the. Okay. See what everyone thinks. Oh, nice. This is because I've got my first few clients. Yay, awesome. That is a good reason. You are excused. Oh, that's fantastic. Isaac, hello. Oh, you got the icon. You remember. Yay. If you would like to support the channel, by the way, you can press the join button. I think it's below the stream. And you can become a member and support the channel. You know, support me. It helps. Use the font of the grand, the one of the Dansky word. Yeah, I was. It's difficult. I've spent quite a lot of time sort of getting to this font. I think I'm looking for like things I could do to it. Yeah, I spent a lot of time going over different fonts. Both me and Max did. So I'd be wary going back to that, but I'd be interested in what I could do to this text in terms of color effects, that kind of thing. The best software to design thumbnails, flyers, brochures, Illustrator or Photoshop. Oof. Thumbnails, it depends. I'd say Photoshop personally for a bunch of reasons. Flyers and brochures, Illustrator. If you're going to be designing for print, Illustrator. If you're going to be doing work with photos or thumbnail design, you can do thumbnails in Illustrator or Figma or anything, right? But for me, when it comes to doing the thumbnails, let's say I want a neon effect, or I want to like just do this, for example. Let's just say I want to get a bit creative and I want to, no, Dan, not like that. I want to brush in a red fade, and you know, you can't really do the sort of brushwork like that in Illustrator or Figma. So that's why I do it in Photoshop, is because I've just got more tools at my disposal, and the output doesn't need to be a vector. You know, it's a 1920 by 1080 thumbnail, 72 DPI. I can get everything clean in this, and I'm outputting as a JPEG or a PNG anyway, so there's no reason for me to use vector software when I could kind of have this. And you know, you got adjustment layers as well, so if it's like, oh, I want to darken part of the image, I'll just darken that down, and I could brush in something darker over here. So yeah, Photoshop for thumbnails would definitely be my recommendation. You could block out master. Yeah, what do you mean? Literally put it into like a block? Hey, Jason. Good to see you, man. How you doing? It's been a whole day, I think, since we last spoke. Is anything wrong with your community site? I don't think so. If the page gets stuck and doesn't refresh, just try refreshing it a few times. Hey, Sir Lalington. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate the support, honestly. I don't think I've ever seen the new member come up live before. Oh, that's rather exciting. Oh, hey, Andrea. Yes. Oh my goodness. I was looking at the little picture then. God, it's been a minute. How you doing? I think we've got a few Andreas here, haven't we? You're gonna be Andrea K. We'd love to see a Simpson version of Dan. Poppy said that this morning, Jason. She said that this morning. I mean, we could have a go at that. That'd be funny. I think The Simpsons has got a very. I'm gonna have to get a reference image up. All right, we'll sidestep from thumbnails. We'll do a Simpson Dan. Don't laugh. Okay, right, there we go. We're gonna use this picture. This is gonna be terrible. Okay, right. Illustrator, where are you? We rotate it actually, so my head is a bit more upright. And I'm gonna need some Simpsons reference imagery because they've got a very specific style beyond having the yellow face. Okay, Simpsons. I mean, maybe there's a guide online how to draw yourself as a Simpsons character. Okay. There we go. Good reference image. Simpson Dan. Yeah, that's a good point. Mathy. Uh, maybe the Homer could have some kind of vector vibe, like putting anchor points. Yeah, that is a good point actually. That would be cool. Let me just add a note for that actually. I do like that idea. Oh, thank you. I saved myself a few bob on contents assurance. Nice. I don't have a Telegram, no. I think there's a link actually in the stream description. So if you do want to join the community for free, there is a link in the stream description. Right, 72% have said yes to the app icon. Okay. I might run that poll again on the channel later and I'll do it on Twitter as well, try and get some more votes on that. Because that would be interesting. Hey Twan, how you doing? Gotham Black. Yeah, I know that font. Ooh. And there you go. Montserrat. I'd recommend Montserrat. I knew there was one that looked similar. Yeah, maybe the semi-bold version. Yeah, Montserrat. Definitely check that out. Pretty sure it's free as well. Hey, you're welcome. Yes, I use a pen display or a graphics tablet, either of those, for doing more intricate drawing. Like if I'm just kind of doing normal design work and stuff, I'll use a trackpad or a mouse. But anything that's remotely illustrative or retouching in Photoshop, if I'm brushing in shadows and highlights, it's much more enjoyable and easier to do with some sort of pen display. Not just because you can draw smooth lines and control curves a bit easier, but also because you can adjust things like pen pressure. So a lot of tablets you can press harder and you get a more pronounced result. Press a bit lighter and you get a softer result. So it's... Oh yeah, nice, Raquel. Really good suggestions. I had no idea that you could draw things in Photoshop. Yeah, we're just playing it by ear at the minute. I mean, I try to stick to the Tuesday and the Thursday, and it's gonna get a little bit easier, I think. Work stuff and doing videos and projects and stuff has just been wild for probably the last few months, and it hasn't been made easier by having to sort of move into the new office, and life has just been go, go, go. And I think hopefully I'm getting to a point now where I'm gonna have a bit more time, and with having a bit more time and being less just 100 miles an hour, it makes it easier to kind of stick to set days and be more consistent. So yeah, we're going to keep it loosely as a Tuesday and a Thursday, but sometimes it's nice to just do the ad hoc ones. Right, what am I doing? I'm attempting to do me as a Simpson. Okay, right. So I probably would be better to sketch this in Photoshop first, but I'm going to just go straight in with the brush tool. See what we end up with. Why not, eh? See if I can draw inspiration from... Okay, so... Alright, let's have a look. Some characters are definitely goofier than others. So am I goofy? Do we think go with a goofy face? Like it's sort of... The face protrudes out, doesn't it? So... Oh, this is going to be awful. And then they've got the mouth... Kind of... Oh, let's give myself a slightly more chiseled jawline. Oh, no! The eyes. All right, okay. The eyes are quite straightforward, actually. Glasses. All right, got to get the glasses in there, haven't we? The ear, Simpson's ear. They've a lot of them have a very similar ear, so I'm going to go with a little ear. Even though I've got rather large ears, we're going to go with a little ear. I want to see Poppy's version of this because she's much better at drawing than me. She really is. All right, we'll do the shape of the head. And what would the hair be? Okay, so Bart's hair and his head is like the same thing. So we could start, and we'll do a Bart head. And then the glasses are Flanders and Smithers. They got glasses on. We're not going to do a Millhouse. This is going to be horrific. They all seem to have round glasses. Okay, well let's just do circles for now. Change the glasses shape after. Let's not run before we can walk. We need a nose in there as well. I've got my nose is. I got a decent nose. I think. I think. Oh, wait, it's the wrong tool. Oops. Poppy says she likes my nose anyway, so. Whose idea was this? Why did I agree to this? I mean, this would be a good competition, right? Turn yourself into a Simpson. The one on top with the red beard, yeah, he made me janitor Willie. It's hard to see it with imagine it. Okay, right, let's. No, I've got to get the beard in there as well. Right, okay, how are we going to do that? It's going to have to be. Oh yeah, no, we'll get rid of that. So the beard kind of comes up here. You got the tash. Oh, I might connect it actually. What does that look like? Let's take it off. I've got to move the eyes, I think. See, well, maybe the eyes kind of looking to the left. Looks a wee bit sinister. Bring up the upper lip. Okay. Oh my goodness. I think maybe we'll... A simple Simpson mouth is very much like that. And it would... Oops, not like that. That would kind of come down into the neck, I think. There we go, a bit more. A nicer shape to the beard, a little bit more chiseled, sort of. Hair's a bit rubbish, I think. Goodness me. You enjoying this, Jason? It looks like a Futurama character. Gee, yeah, I kind of see that actually. I'm inclined to agree with you there. Oh, the ear tunnel. I haven't even got the ear tunnel in. Can't forget that. Okay, hang on. So let's get a circle in there. We'll start there. We'll start there and... we'll exaggerate it a bit more, seeing as it's kind of like a caricature, so we'll exaggerate the ear a bit more. Why not? And I guess... I might leave out the ear detail, actually. How's that looking? The top lip looks a bit goofy the way it whips up. Maybe. Hmm. Oh yeah, good shout. Good shout, Sir Lamington. The hair. Oh, this is a tricky one. How do they do hair? Yeah, maybe like this, actually. Yeah, maybe a bit like that. That's a bit better. This is a quick trick as well. If you want to snap two anchor points on top of each other, you see they're really close. You can manually mess around with it, but if you just drag over both anchor points with the direct selection tool, go to Object, Path, and Average, snap them both horizontally and vertically, and it'll pop them on top of each other. They're still separate, so you'd have to kind of Command or Control J with them selected to join them together. Add an upper lip to balance it. Yeah, right. How do they do? A lot of them just have that little smile. I guess this, yeah. Yeah, their upper lip is very exaggerated, isn't it? I see what you mean. This bit here is kind of cheek and upper lip. Yeah, there you go. I see. It's a bit odd. There we go. And then it's got to join the beard. Oh yeah, no, that kind of works for the beard. I just kind of want it to. Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of similar to Homer actually. Just have it flow through. Protrude the top lip. Yeah, that's what I've done, isn't it? Protrude the top lip. Flanders has got a mustache. Yeah, I suppose the Scottish guy Willie, he's got like a flaminess to his beard. So I guess the other change is you could do something like that. I feel like that's a bit too much. Maybe. I don't know. Oh, I suppose maybe because it's a beard, isn't it? It's not stubble, so I've got a beard, so there's not many people with a beard though. No, it's just him. He is the only beard. Right, we're gonna have to go with we're gonna have to do something a bit more beardy then. Oh yeah, that's not too bad. That's a bit better. It needs more protrusion. What, this bit? I think I see what it needs. It needs his beard is all encompassing on his bottom of his mouth. No. The screen is frozen. Oh, hang on. Has it done this again? How did I fix this last time? Oh, I know. There we go. I don't know why it does this. There we go. Yeah, sorry about that. I don't know why it does that. Hmm. We will get back to thumbnails in a minute. There we go. I think that's good enough for now. That's definitely an improvement over the first attempt. Let's just color this up with live paint. Illustrator, why are you being silly? I know. We'll expand everything. Merge it together. Then we'll live paint. There we go. There we go. Yeah, all the glasses they've got on The Simpsons around. So I think, yeah, probably if I spent a bit more time on it. I mean, that would be really fun to do another competition where everyone does themselves as a Simpson and then to put all of them together in a collage or something at the end. That would be pretty cool, right? We get all of us lot in one big collage. It'd be so cool. And as you've just seen, like it's not that difficult. Not really. Like my drawing ability like this isn't great, but even I managed to do something semi-competent. Awesome. Oh well, the consensus seems to have been a success. That actually went better than I thought. Fantastic. Anyway, back to thumbnails. Oh yeah, maybe some vector anchor points. Let's do a new version. Every time I'm making it like a significant change, I'm changing the version. So these are kind of like checkpoints. So I can kind of gradually get more and more creative. And if I go too far, I've got like a previous version to fall back on. Yeah, so we could actually let's get some vector points on the go. Got blue, white stroke. I'll thicken it up. Yeah, the tricky thing is where to put them. Where do I put these things? Around a certain part of the image or around the whole thing? Oops. Yeah, it's difficult to know where to put them. So we could go with the line tool, thicken that up as well. 210. Fill color blue. Yeah, so what we could do is make this into like a box or something, for example. And then rotate, connect, and then duplicate, and then have that go around something, perhaps. Let's organize them so I don't lose them. Points. Yeah, so now I've made all of those points. It's just kind of I could position them around something, or I could position them around the text. I'm curious for more input about the text, because typically, like, I like clean text, you know, like this. I like gradients. I love that sort of stuff, but I don't know if it needs to have more depth, a bit more, you know, strokes and beveling and that kind of thing. A lot of thumbnails I see do have this kind of, I don't want to say cartoonish, but it's kind of a little bit. Let me just get an example. And I think it depends on the age of the audience as well. I think my audience is predominantly between, like, let's say probably like 20 to probably 40s, kind of 20 to like 45. I think that's like my sort of core audience from the demographics. Yeah, like if I just show you like some of Benny's thumbnails, obviously Benny's an absolute legend, but you know, like you see here on the text, the yellow text, he's got there's a lot of shadowing. You've got like a highlight along the top. You've got some beveling, and it just gives it a bit more depth as well. Whereas the text that I do on my thumbnails is very much like how I design, very clean. And this thumbnail's so good. Excuse me, just dying there. Yeah, this is kind of very much how I design, very clean, and I don't typically layer in loads of effects into my work like that. But I don't know, maybe that is what's needed to kind of just make it pop off a bit more. There's loads of other people that have done it as well, but Benny's just the kind of first one that comes to mind. Hey, Abdullah. How you doing? The spiky beard. Use it in the thumbnail instead of Homer. Ha! Yeah, I mean, you could do. It doesn't quite, it's not really what we're going to be creating, so I don't know if then people would feel a bit misled because it's a different character. I'm not sure. And then I suppose you lose the recognizable kind of aspect of Homer as well if you wanted him to be more recognizable. I just had another idea, actually. Yeah, what about if I put this in the middle? And oh, where is it? Not that one. Ah, no, that's the wrong one. I just want to try something. Version 1. Let's call this Bad Homer. You see where I'm going with this? I don't know if the text is too small now. Yeah, that's what I'm going for, a before and after. There's a really good trick actually when designing thumbnails. I've got to show you this. So at the moment I'm looking at this on a massive screen and it's great, but it's actually better if you're able to design at the same time and see how other people are going to see it at that smaller size. So what you can do is go to Window, Workspace, nope, Arrange, I always do that, and then go New Window. What it will do is it will create a separate window of the same document. So whatever you do in each document, it will kind of mirror. But with this one, hang on, if I get rid of, let me try this, how am I going to do this? So then you can go to Arrange, and if I go to up, yeah, there we go. So I've got these same two documents in a split view. I can drag this to the right, and in this document, I'll have it nice and small. So that's the kind of size people are seeing it, something like that. And then I can carry on designing in this window. And as I make changes, I get a preview of what people are going to see. Because it's all very well sizing the text up on a massive screen, but do you know what I mean? I might go, oh yeah, that looks really nice, but the actual view people will see is smaller, so nifty little trick. A pencil pointing from left to right. Yeah, this is meant to be a, well, yes, Scott, this is meant to be the bad sketchy version. I don't know if it, because of the small size, you can't, I think maybe it needs to be worse. I think it needs to be really obviously bad at a small size, and this is where this kind of split view comes into play. So let's take this and just completely make it look like it's been drawn by a mole, a drunk mole. Yeah, that's what I'm going with, drunk mole. It's hard doing this as well, because like my default is to try and make things look good. So to make it look really bad is... Oh, this is terrible. I'm exaggerating it to kind of exaggerate the terrible, like the sort of unsmooth curves. In fact, this is probably one of those rare instances where I probably should drag the fidelity down. So now it won't be smoothing out my paths. That's a bit better. I mean, it's not, but do you see what? What is that? My God, that is the stuff of nightmares. That is. Good lord. Hey, Jen. Oh, amazing. I'm glad you could join us live as well. You've joined at an amazing time. We're trying to make Homer look deliberately awful. Is there a warble filter or something? What's a warble filter? I feel like I've heard that before. Warble filter. Oh, I know what you mean, yeah. Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah, we could do. It's already looking pretty awful. I don't know if it's too awful. Oh, I mean, how would I do that? How would I do that? Maybe a warp? Yeah, so like a vertical warp. Let's convert everything to a single object. I think it was applying that effect to everything then. It's just awful. And then you could stick an arrow in there. I don't know if that's overcomplicating it though. And the arrow kind of would clash with the yellow on Homer, so I could take out the yellow from Homer, or I could change the arrow to a different color. God, there's so many options here now. I think Photoshop have changed the order of a lot of them as well. So this menu is just... it's a lot. Why is my color overlay not showing up? That's interesting. I think Photoshop has collapsed or something. It is not showing my text changes. Hey, Badava, I'm good. How are you? I am bored today. Oh no. Is that just in general, or are you bored of the sound of my voice? Hopefully not the latter. Yes, good point. Maybe badly done color if I was going to do that. There's something about having just a line work, though, with the gridded background that makes it feel a bit more like drawing focused. Do you know what I mean? Rather than having the color of Homer. I think I prefer it without the color of Homer, actually. And just having the line work. That is the whole point of the video. That is the focal point of the video, is getting really good line work. It does cover color as well, but it's the line work that's the kind of secret ingredient. Right. I think Photoshop is having a funny, so I'm just going to reload it. Oh, right. Or Cal says don't need an arrow, or just have the 3 minutes and not the master. Oh, what? So, Paul, you mean drawing in 3 minutes? Or just 3 minutes? Hang on, let me open it back up again. Where's it gone? Let me find my files. It's so funny streaming because it's like such a strange thing, because you're sort of in a room on your own and all you can hear back is your voice, and there's like my sort of instinctual brain is saying like surely people are sick of the sound of my voice because that's all I'm hearing is my own voice back. So I presume people are enjoying this stream. It's a weird thing to be able to talk and connect with so many people, and all I can hear back is my own voice, and I'm sort of looking at a camera. It's amazing, but it's a bizarre thing. Right. Oh no, what is going on? Is that like a setting or something? Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, so if this happens and you get confused like me, it's because I've applied a gradient effect to the group. So the entire group and all the text layers inside it. If you apply blending effects to the group, it will override everything else. Apologies if anyone was screaming that in the chat and I missed it. I can definitely draw the homer on the left. I need to learn how to draw the homer on the right. I honestly, it's Jason. It's a good video. I know. I'm not just saying that because it's my video. It's definitely one of my better ones, and it's only about 3 or 4 minutes. And it's the same tools that I use in all the streams that you probably see me using. But it's kind of, this video is more about how they come together as well to do something like a character like Homer. Okay. Right, so Raquel said no arrow. I can't wait to A/B test some of these. This will be really, really interesting. Right. If we take out arrow. So that's the Dansky orange in there. Paul, you said drop the master. So what would you have? Just 3 minutes or drawing in 3 minutes? Okay. 3 minutes of text with some kind of clock icon with 3 minutes. Okay, interesting. Yeah, because just a reminder, the title is this. Top 9 tools to master drawing in Illustrator. That title can change as well. Like that, maybe I should do some stuff with the title as well. So the title could change to something like master drawing in 9 tools to master drawing, or no, master drawing in Illustrator in 3 minutes. Something along those lines. Because I've put a focus here on the number of tools. Usually on some of my old videos, they always perform well when I have like top 9 tools or 17 techniques or 30 things, because I think people look at the amount of stuff you're going to learn. They think, oh, wow, that's, 9 things, and I'll learn that in 3 minutes. That's more than 3 things a minute. It's like a good return on that time investment. Whereas if I said like the video is like 3 things you need to know about blah, 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 and the video is 30 minutes, it's like 10 minutes per tip. Do you know what I mean? So I think if I had to guess, that's why I think having the number of things we're going to cover is good, because then people look at that versus the time. I watched a video the other day about DaVinci Resolve, and it was like 10 epic effects in 120 seconds. And I was like, I'm straight away clicking that. And it was probably maybe a bit fast paced for me to follow, but it was really cool to kind of see all the things you can do. And it was like, what, a 2-minute video? 10 things, 2 minutes. We should do this on a Zoom or Teams. We could hold our hands up and say something. Yeah, so Sir Lalington, there is for anyone who enrolls in my masterclass, you get access to the kind of student-only section in the community. And there is a feature there called the live room. And it's basically a 24/7 Zoom call that just is like a room that is live. And anyone can jump in at any time and just chat face-to-face like you're on Zoom. It's got the same sort of controls and things. So we could do something like that sometimes. I mean, obviously that would be like something that's for members of the masterclass only, but it's like there is that feature built in. It's not something I've used a ton, but we could definitely do some more of that. Even when I do the one-to-one coaching calls, which I do, by the way. If you want to do a one-to-one session, I do that. But I love kind of doing those sessions and just actually getting to chat with people face-to-face. Yes, you can apply layer styles to groups, absolutely. And the problem is if you forget that you've done that and you end up looking like a clown like I am. I'm enjoying it and learning so much. Oh, that's amazing, Jen. The only I'll be able to draw home on the right is tracing it. I think that's what I did. Yeah, like I said earlier, I'm not much of a drawer. I mean, no, to be fair, if I had to draw Homer, I used to, when I was a kid, I always had a knack for, like, I would pause cartoons on the TV and I would draw them and I would get the proportions really, really spot on. I think that's like my attention to detail kind of thing. So if I had to draw Homer without tracing it, I definitely could do it. But in that video, I just kind of traced over it because it's more about showing the line work, like how to get smooth lines. Skill up in 3 minutes. Skill up. He's a YouTuber. Maybe a yellow background. Yeah, maybe. Oh, there's something about the neutrality of it, though, with drawing. Like it puts the focus on the drawing. It's not just me, is it? This is hard. This is tricky. Please tell me it's not just me. Sometimes you sort of feel like you're going around in circles a bit. Hey Neil, this is we're doing some thumbnail design. We've already drawn me as a Simpson. It went, I think, okay as a consensus, and we've now come back to thumbnail design. Oh, awesome, Ahmad. Yeah, thumbnails can be fun. They can also be really frustrating. Oh, He-Man. Oh, I remember that. Do you remember Thundercats? Did you ever watch that as a kid? I used to love Thundercats. Oh. It is, yeah, it is, Raquel. And it's like when you change one thing, it affects something else. So if I get rid of the arrow, there's a gap. What do I fill it with? If I add text, I can't add text, arrows, and an app icon. Yeah, Jason knows Thundercats. Yeah, Thundercats, nice. Sir Lalington, very good. Yeah, that is it. That's the important thing, Raquel. That's one thing I did wrong, I think, for probably a few years. I spent a lot of time designing thumbnails that I thought were cool, but that weren't really thinking about how people were going to consume that from a thumbnail and title point of view. So yeah, that's why we're doing this stream. What about if I bring the 3 minutes back in and master drawing in 3 minutes? I mean, it doesn't have to be master drawing. It could be perfect lines in 3 minutes. I use the term drawing because it's just a very easy to understand term that anyone could really quickly understand. Do you know what I mean? Whereas if I put master lines, or what kind of lines are there? Like, you know, are we talking about line work in drawing or cocaine, or what sort of there's lots of different types of lines, whereas drawing is just drawing is drawing. So I'm trying to kind of, I don't want people to look at the thumbnail and then have questions about, oh, what does that mean? I want them to be able to look at it instantly and understand it, you know? I always wanted Munra to win. Master line drawing. Yeah, maybe that's it. Okay. Master. Let's see if we can get the word line in there. Oh, this is going to be rather large. Might shrink the other words down a bit much if I was going to keep that style. There we go, 2 up horizontal. No, I didn't want horizontal. 2 up vertical. There we go. There we go. Oh, maybe. I don't know. What do you think? Master Ogwe. Snarf. Oh, yeah, I remember Snarf. Master drawing in Adobe Illustrator in only 3 minutes. Yeah. I think I like it, Neil. I think maybe the character limit might be pushed. But even down to things like, should you include the word Adobe in the thumbnail? Sorry, the title. You know? I think Photoshop's a bit easier. Photoshop's Photoshop, but Illustrator's like it's a profession. It's a very general term. So should you have Adobe Illustrator in there? I suppose I could make it stand out like that. Could actually offset it as well to make it a bit more interesting. Ooh. No. I wonder, actually, I could angle the homers in a bit more. So they fit around the text more? I don't know. So they're kind of looking at each other, almost. They're like sort of opposites. That one is so bad. Good. Good lord. Huh. That is definitely a bad homer. You like the angled version, Scott? Okay, yeah. It kind of it makes sense with the text because I can angle them and get a bit more of each illustration in. But also it's kind of like, yeah, sort of opposites. It's like a sort of diagonal, a left to right diagonal kind of going on. Ultimately, what I want to end up with is 3 distinctive versions that are quite different from each other, so I can A/B test them. And by the way, like I'm designing thumbnails, as you can imagine, a lot. So if you want me to do this more often, when I'm designing the thumbnails, I will normally just sit here and put music on. I'm quite happy to just go live while I'm doing it. Even if it's sometimes it might just be kind of more head down working and I might maybe chat less, but if you kind of want to see the process and see how I do it, I'm more than happy to do that. Yeah. But again, there's no Illustrator icon in here, so I don't know if... I know, Raquel, you said that you look at the title a bit more. Can you change the color or style of line to make it stand out more? Yes, good point. I could put a stroke on it. I wonder if it'll get lost. In fact, I think it will get lost. I'll try it anyway, just so we can see. Right, fill down, stroke. What do you reckon? Gets a bit lost, or before, after? Before, after. Oh, I don't know actually. I'll be honest, Scott. I thought it wasn't going to look like as good as that. But this, oof. I like it. I just don't know. Again, it's not about what I like. It's about what I think's gonna. Like, I'm thinking about the person who's going to be reading it. Raquel, you think line? Before, personally. Okay, so. Oh yeah, Ahmad, camera raw filter is an absolute gem. I love, yeah, where you can crank up the texture and the clarity. You can just get the thumbnail just kind of pop in a bit more. It's brilliant. Scott says the angled version is good because your design is quite simple, so you need as much energy and punch as you can get. Okay. Love seeing the live process. It inspires me to want to give it a go. Oh, awesome. Fantastic. Okay. Another version could be good. Homer on the right and the tool icons in the panel down the left. Yeah, that's something I've not actually tried. That is a really good point. I could actually have Homer. I could have the toolbar and then have the specific tools that we're going to be using all highlighted on the toolbar. So you could see, like, over... Where is it? So you can see a bunch of these tools in the thumbnail, and then I'll put like a glow or something around all the ones we're going to use. Which again, I think might help that sort of value for time proposition. You know, you could see a bunch of tools. A lot of them will be lit up, and it's only 3-4 minutes to watch the whole video. So, yeah, that could be a good shout. Yeah, I don't know if that's a bit too black and white now. I mean, it makes sense. The word line being in lines. So, bit more leading, do you think? I do quite, personally, I quite like the sort of quite close together in terms of the line spacing, but we can give it a bit more. I suppose it will help make it a bit more legible. Oh, I don't know. No, I think I like it closer. I don't know. These are the kind of little details you can end up obsessing over. Okay, Neil says, I don't feel like my brain compares the two drawings of Homer to each other. Maybe if they were both facing the same direction and the poor version was less rounded and more angular. It lacks impact though. Okay, change drawing back to orange. What the word drawing? Yeah, let's go back and have a look at some of the other versions in a minute. Let's have a look. What version is this? Version 15. It's only 15. Version 12. Version 13. Version 14. Version 15. Yeah, what about if they were same direction? Let's try that. Version 16. Here we come. Ah. Goodness. All right. Where's my arrow? There you are. I mean, there's definitely something in the simplicity, isn't it? Oh, thank you. Oh, that's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Oh no. Run out of hard drive space. That's no good, is it? Hang on. Let me try and very quickly just clear some hard drive space. I think sometimes it records the streams usually, so the files can be quite large. There we go. Right, bear with me for a minute. I got to open up Dropbox to sync some stuff off the computer, and it might try and download some stuff as well, so it might slow down for a minute. Yeah, I'll chat for a minute while Dropbox is syncing, because it might buckle the stream a little bit. Well, what do we have here? I don't know. What do we have here, Rich? There was something about that yellow that helped grab attention. Yeah, so I think sometimes when you... Yeah, I know what you mean. This is something that I got from Brandon Shepherd. I saw him kind of with the yellow arrows, and I think loads of other YouTubers' arrows have been around for a long time. But I quite liked his style, so I sort of did my own version with the kind of two-tone, highlights on top, shadows on bottom. And kind of, I think you might have seen it earlier as well. I did a cursor version, and I think I might have another one somewhere, like an arrow pointer. So I've got a couple of assets to work with in that sort of two-tone style. Yeah, and that's the thing. I've never liked arrows on videos. I've always used to kind of Just when I was designing them, I hated that kind of like expression, and then you've got an arrow, and but I actually, the style wise, I quite like this one. It's probably the first arrow that I've actually been able to say, yeah, I do like this, and it works. So hey, that's all right, Sema. You made it. That's the important thing. No, so the picture I shared on X was actually, I think, version 1 and version 7, maybe. We're now at version 16, Summer. We've gone up. Okay, Ministry. Catch you later. Oh, what, Paul? You think it connects the two drawings because they're facing the same direction? Oh, sorry. No, you mean the arrow, don't you? The arrow connects the two drawings. Gotcha. My brain stopped for a second there. Facing inwards as well. Facing in. That angle does kind of fit with the arrow. It gives the arrow a bit of space when you flip them around like that. The arrow actually sits perfectly in the middle there. Scott says, don't feel bad about taking your time on thumbnails. I heard about Mr. Beast and Daryl Eves looking over hundreds of thumbnails before. Yeah, so the thing is, Scott, I've definitely gone through the process of not spending enough time on my thumbnails. All the time on the video, thumbnail and titles are an afterthought. That's not good. And then I've gone through the process as well of spending way too long on the thumbnails. It's like so long. And I guess when you've got a team around you doing the thumbnails, it's fine. You can do hundreds. But when I spend ages doing thumbnails, it means I'm not recording videos. I'm not doing a whole bunch of other things. So as a mostly now a one-man team, apart from sometimes when Max helps me, like I can't afford to spend crazy amounts of time on thumbnails because it takes from other parts of my life, you know? It's something I do quite enjoy doing at home, but the problem is it's like sometimes I can stay up far too late and it can get to 2 or 3 in the morning and I'm still doing thumbnails, which I know ain't good. Even though I do enjoy it. Do you think, Neil? Yeah, I mean, I could put the start of the arrow behind, call him Trippy Homer. But I think with them angled like this, it kind of, you don't really need to. I think the arrow actually sits. It just has a nice bit of breathing space as well. So where's the current one? If I grab... Let's go from version 16 to version 1. So yeah, there's version 1. Which I'll be honest hasn't been performing as I'd hoped. I was like, some of my videos, they have a really good start and they start quite strong. This wasn't one of them, and I thought it'd be a really good. It's always the videos you think will be good are terrible, and the ones that take 2 seconds turn out really good. So we got A, and we got B. So if you had to pick A or B, what one do you think? Oh, hello, Poppy. Poppy, darling, you've decided to grace us with your presence. I do like the original, but yeah, maybe Homer was not bad enough to stand out. No, I think you're probably right, actually. I mean, even just me looking at it from this distance here, bad Homer does not look bad enough. He looks like he just hasn't been colored correctly. That looks awful. And I think that's what we need. We need terrible line work and bad design. So maybe I could put that back into version 1. I do love this, the simplicity of it, though. There's a big focus on the... I prefer having... I mean, maybe I do a version of this with them both coloured up and then the arrow's blue or something so it contrasts, or orange, I don't know. But there's something about just having the line work that I do like the sort of focus on. And it does, this thumbnail, you know, it's less of that sort of clickbaity route. I don't think the other one was clickbaity, but it is less in that direction, you know. We've got wonky Homer. I like trippy or wonky. Could be smaller to bring clean Homer into the foreground. Yeah, you could do. You could make him smaller. I do quite like the symmetry, though. There's a real nice balance to this at the minute. But again, maybe that's one to A/B test. Or maybe we just make them both a bit smaller and just bring a bit more of them into focus. Don't know. What if bad Homer is grey? Yeah, what would be the purpose for making bad Homer grey, Paul? Would you make good Homer, as we'll call him, colour? Or would you keep him in kind of black and white? Oh no. Computer's running out of hard drive space. Hang on. It's because it's recording the stream. Quick, free up hard drive space. Right, let's get some of these files uploaded. Is the stream still going? I can't believe, if it is, I can't believe it's still running with Dropbox syncing. Streams, there we go. Let's try and get some of this uploaded and off my computer. Ah, those files, they can go. They can go. Quick, we need hard drive space. Yeah, we could. Yeah, that's what I mean, Sema. We'd need to change the arrow color if we did have yellow Homer in there, because we need something contrasting. Maybe a tiny bit smaller. Okay, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. We'll try that again. Just a pinch smaller, so you get a bit more context of the full head. The shot. There we go. See, that's another thing with thumbnails. I don't like how tight this all is to the edge. Normally, I like my designs to have breathing space. But when it comes to thumbnail design, I think it's more important to, like, if you've got text on there, you want the text as big as possible to maybe grab someone's attention as they're scrolling past. That's more important than giving the breathing space. There's thumbnails out there that are just design-wise diabolically awful, but they perform really well. I hate it. I hate it. Some of them are just so terrible, and it's like, ugh, it's disgusting. There we go. It's good, but it's also terrible, which means it's perfect. It's funny, isn't it, how you can literally go through all these different versions and end up not too far from where you started. My goodness. Like, if I just quickly go through them, or for anyone who's just joined. In fact, for anyone who's just joined, if you'd like to join the community and chat, hang out, ask questions, and show your work, and enter the Ficker competition, we've got a design competition running. There is a link here. I'm going to post it where you can join the community and chat for free. And I probably should mention the course as well. I've done a full Adobe Illustrator masterclass course. So if you are interested, then there is a link to this here where you can check it out. And it's not just a course. I will be there to support you as well. So if you have any questions or you want to practice a drawing technique or get some advice, I'll be there to help you. And don't forget to sign up here as well, because you'll get emailed a code for 15% off the course, which is always nice. Hey Dan, guessing you're not picking the boys up from football as you are still streaming. Oh yeah, wait. Hey Bobby. Yeah, so I might struggle to pick the kids up from football. Pops, are you alright to pick the boys up from football? I'm sorry. Look, we've been having fun. Look. All right, we've been having fun. It's been busy. Oh, I totally forgot about football. Sure thing, baby cakes. How dare you call me baby cakes? Oh, thank you. Oh, I see what you mean, Paul. So make the line work grey. Let's try it. Let us try it. It's been all. There's a few people that have entered the Ficker competition already so far, and it's been amazing to see. It's so cool. We've got another week and 2 days, so 9 days left on the competition. Yeah, we could try that. I think that's what I want to do, actually. I want to get 3 good versions, A/B test them, and then take the winning version and then do some variations. So maybe something like that could be a variation. Maybe the same thing, but with the Adobe Illustrator logo. Yeah, that could be kind of cool. Well, Dropbox is still syncing and the stream hasn't crashed yet, which is unbelievable. Oh, right. I see what you... Yeah, grey, misery and despair in comparison to colour and happiness. Amazing, Sir Allington. I like the dedication. You got the bell on. You got the notifications. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, Neil. I think I probably would. I would want to test the line work versus color. So I think what I would probably do is I would do something similar to this. I would have Homer with color, good color, and then I would have this one on the left with terrible, like 2-year-old coloring in, like really diabolical, and then just change the arrow color. But yeah, I want to keep the emphasis on the line work. And I think actually, I think this is really good. Actually, I think this one is. Yeah, I think this is better than the original. I think actually, I think it was it. Who was I can't remember who it was that said. Someone just said a minute ago that bad Homer doesn't look bad enough here, and I think that is a big part of it actually. And he's bigger here, so you can kind of see Homer bigger. The arrow is the constant. That's not changed. But I think the disparity between bad and good Homer is so massive that I think hopefully that will be a bit more sort of visually appealing. Yeah, Nadine. Yeah, I could even make bad Homer like a bit worse, so I could change the strokes a bit more. Oh no, I've run out of hard drive space. I can't even save files anymore. Oh, goodness. I need to clear some hard drive space fast. Ah, there we go. Right, bear with me. I'm just going to get rid of that. That's 30 gig. That's just one YouTube video's 30 gig. And I haven't even recorded the camera section, which would be like another 20 gig. It's utterly ridiculous how much space a video takes up. I'll try and sneak into the office and leave the kids with a grandparent. Oh, that sounds lovely. I had a cuddle with my mum's chickens earlier, and now I really want chickens. Probably you've always wanted chickens. Wait, you managed to cuddle a chicken? Didn't it, like, peck at you or anything? Did it actually let you cuddle it? And did you have to chase it? I've got questions now. Yeah, we could. Yeah, you could do Dansky orange for the arrow, Raquel. I think yellow probably technically on a scientific level stands out a bit more. I don't know how scientific that is, but yeah, we could quickly just kind of switch the color to that. I don't. Yeah, again, maybe that's worth an A/B test. Complete guide to thumbnail creation using Photoshop. Is that something you'd like to see, Puneet? I also mentioned the orange arrow idea instead of an arrow. I thought of a magic wand. Also, maybe, yeah. I think it needs to be something that shows that sort of progression. Like arrows are that sort of thing that's been around for ages. You know, they're tried and tested, and they do work. You want them more now. You were cuddling an alive chicken. Yeah, I thought you meant alive. I didn't think you were cuddling like a pack of chicken breasts from Tesco, Poppy. I thought like that was my reaction, was a live one. Be a bit weird if you were cuddling the chicken down the aisle in the supermarket. I sat down in the coop and waited till it trusted me, then stroked it, and it went all chilled and sat down so I could just scoop it up and gave it a cuddle, and then it pecked out my eyes. How to cuddle a chicken. You should make tutorials, Poppy. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to learn how to cuddle a chicken. Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So it didn't go too well, and I've had to have eye surgery to recover my eyesight. Simpson's chicken. What are you talking about, Pops? You're hijacking the conversation here. Yeah, that's yeah, Afif, I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the whole breathing space thing, but I don't think it's worth sacrificing the size to make it smaller. I think I would love to give everything more breathing space, but I think because sometimes thumbnails are so small, and you've got such a short window of time to sort of get someone's attention and say, hey, look at me. I want the characters to be as I think now that they're in full view and you can see the head and the hair and everything, I think that's better for sure. Gradient background, Olympian blue behind Good Homer. That's an interesting choice. What sort of gradient color would you go for, Nadine? So if you've got white and blue, what would you do the background? That's a good idea, Isaac. That is a good idea. Yes, paper texture. So I should experiment with some... I know we're not working on paper, but, you know. Let's just see how it looks anyway. Paper texture. Could make it a bit more interesting. Unsplash. Well, actually, no. Let's try Envato Elements. They've got to have a nice paper texture, surely. Paper texture. As long as I can download it and haven't run out of hard drive space. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Thank you, Envato. Okay, we've got hard drive space now. I got 50, 60 gig back. We're good. We're good. Panic over. Right, where is my paper texture? There you are. See, this is why I love Envato. It's just like it's an everything. I forget how good it is sometimes. And I just go like to Unsplash or something and it's like, wait, I should go to Envato. They've got way more textures. Okay, I'm not going to mess around with version 16. We're going to go to version 17 now. 17, beautiful number. My favorite number. And let's go and add it at the bottom. There we go, down here. Oh my god, so many layers. So many layers. So probably get rid of the grid. Maybe adjust the levels. No, I want to make it lighter. Or we'll just drop the opacity actually. So it's a subtle paper texture. It doesn't look very... Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know. What do you think? Just the paper texture doesn't really make sense with it being Adobe Illustrator, and I'm not convinced it looks that good, whereas the grid, you can get that in Illustrator. So I'm wondering whether the grid is better. You ended up bonding with the bully chicken. Oh my goodness. You're complicit. Yeah, siding with the dark side. Some quality chicken time. Master line drawing in Adobe Illustrator by creating 16, now 17 thumbnail designs for your YouTube A/B testing in 3 blinkless hours. Just like that, Neil. Yeah, yeah. All right. Thanks, Pops. I'll see you in a bit. I think I'm more inclined to go with the grid as well. I think it makes a bit more sense. Oh my goodness, how long have we been going? Just over 2 hours. Oof. Right, I should be able to save this now, hopefully. And then, yeah, we can see it back with all the other thumbnails. Let's pause. Dropbox. Yeah, I'd be curious to try this and see how it works. It's a kind of similar thing with this. This is an upcoming tutorial. And essentially you start there and you end up with this. So it's the same kind of thing, showing that before and after progression. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at the progression. Version 1. Version 2. Version 3. No, that's not a version. I don't know what that is. Ignore version 3. Version 4. Version 5. Bit different, featuring me as well. And I guess this one makes it less about Homer and it's more about just what you're going to learn. Which I'm curious to test that. Version 6, Illustrator icon. Version 7. 8, same but a different colorway. Version 9. I do like that one as well. I do like that one. Yeah, that would be an interesting one to test. I like the fact it's got the tools in the background, not like in a distracting way that interferes with the text. So that's version 9. Version 10, we're getting a little bit more, not clickbaity, but we're heading in that direction. Enticing is the word I'm going to use. Same again, but with color. I don't like that one. Version 14. And version 17. Oh no, 17 is exactly the same. So let's get rid of that. So I'm going to have to pick 3 of these. Or no, sorry, 2 of these to A/B test. Because I want to test against that. That was the original that I launched with. And I want to throw that one in there. So I've got to pick one more to kind of test against. And see what happens. That's a good one. Red 9. I do like the one with the image out of the borders. Oh, which version was that? Image out of the borders. Was that version 9? This one. I mean, I like that. Yeah, I mean, I'll be curious to see if that performs. I like it design-wise as well. And I think it's difficult. Some of my videos, literally just a straight before and after with an arrow, they perform really well. Sometimes they don't. But then sometimes having the text on there with a big number, like I said earlier, having a big number of, hey, you're going to learn 9 tools in just this short amount of time, they usually, with the text on there, perform well as well. So, but at least they're quite different from each other. So, we'll get a good comparison with arrow and text to see kind of what works, I guess, with my specific audience, I like 9, but I like 10 or 11. Oh, it was 10 or 11. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've got to try that as well. I got to try it just to see. If people start saying, oh, it's clickbait and complaining in the comments, okay, that's like, maybe I'll dial that one back because I don't want to be like misleading anyone. So it's kind of straddling that line between clickbait and enticing. But yeah, you got to try it. I mean, or even if you've not watched it already, or even if you have, if you want to watch the video on the channel now, and then come back and tell me what you think to that thumbnail. Does that deliver? Does the video deliver on the promise of the master drawing in 3 minutes, or does it not? That's not like a trick to get you to watch the video or anything. That's just if you have watched it or if you want to watch it, you can then tell me if you think that that is too much overselling it. Well, yeah, I'm gonna dream about Homer and chickens tonight. Turn your jelly line drawings into master line drawings. Nice. Yeah, I'm gonna test with YouTube's built-in test feature. I did use TubeBuddy, and then I got rid of it recently. I stopped using TubeBuddy, so I'm just gonna run it with YouTube's feature because it's free, and I just didn't get enough out of TubeBuddy anyway. The one out of borders. Okay, let me find it, Raquel. There's 8, 7, 6, 5, 13, 14. Oh, was it this one? Out of borders, version 14. And then that's 15 with the kind of line work. Oh yeah, so that's a good comparison there. You know, you're sacrificing a little bit of the illustration of the character, but then you also get to put some text in there. And it's pretty simple text as well, so I wouldn't say it overcomplicates it. I can't remember who it was, but I think someone said that you want to have three things in a thumbnail at the most. You don't want to have too many things. So I suppose if you were to treat the illustrations themselves as one thing, you've got the illustrations, the arrow, and the text. Ha. I know, it's hard. It's like what do you keep in it? What do you keep in? Which one sucks? All of them or just this one? V9 is good, but can you try to give some contrast to the character's side too? I like them all. Well, thank you, Soma. 9 drawing tools is my fave. Okay, interesting. I think what I'll do is I'll pick 3 from. I did the 8 one yesterday. I'll pick another 3 based on what we've done in this stream, and I'll post it to X and YouTube later on and see if people would be kind enough to give me their feedback again on the latest version. Version 14. Yeah, so you like that one. Yeah, so that's the thing. When you push them out to the side a bit more, you get the text in as well. Hey, Aryan. How you doing? Could you just test one with a cuddly chicken? I mean, yeah, Neil, we could just throw a chicken in there. I mean, if I did 2 thumbnails and I threw one thumbnail in there with a chicken and the chicken outperformed, I think I would lose probably all faith in YouTube and just give up at that point. If the chicken outperformed the thumbnails that had had hours spent on them. Semi, you like 7 and 9? Yeah, that's what I'm afraid of, Neil. The chicken winning would be awful. Okay, Semi, you like 7 as well. Yeah, I did like 7. I like the colors, and the yellow and the purple complement each other really nicely. I feel like not sure if there's too much going on, and the black line work of Homer gets lost against the purple. That was the main reason, was the line work. Oh yeah, there's some good ones here. This has been, yeah, this has been good. Oh yeah, and the good thing about some of these as well is they actually look visually nice design wise as well. So like, I'm happy there. Tick. Yeah, curious to watch them all together. Yeah, what I'll do is I'll run three, and then if people are interested, I can show you the A/B test results. I think it runs for 2 weeks, or maybe just till it gets enough data. I don't know. Or what? So just my face in a rubber chicken suit. Okay, we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh, amazing! Right, it's 6 o'clock. I'm nearly running out of hard drive space. I need to go home and see my children. Oh, thank you so much for joining this random, completely unplanned stream. I might do another one again tomorrow. We'll see. What have I got? Oh, I forgot to tell you. Hang on. Where is it? The logo that we were working on. Oh no, I've lost it. Where is it? I can never find anything. Yes. So the logo, right? I wrote the brief wrong. Raquel, don't be mad. I wrote the brief wrong. I got the words on the English version the wrong way around. So I think before it said positive and then psychologist underneath. It's the wrong way around. This is the English version. There's the logo mark. And there's the finished logo. We might add a color, but I think, we might keep it black and white. I don't know. But yeah, I sent the design over to Daria and she absolutely loved it. And I need to follow up with her actually and just ask if she does have any other feedback. But I think she really loved it. Was the takeaway from her messages. So hopefully, yeah, that this is the artboard. My goodness. And I've lost count of how many streams we did to get here. This has been a journey. But yeah, that is the finished design. At the moment, we are not putting a chicken on the P. Yeah, it was nice. It's nice to get that sort of feedback back, considering so much work went into the whole thing. Thank you, Sema. What has Poppy done to the chat? Oh, yeah. So thank you to everyone who's piled into the logo, because this is definitely not all me. This has definitely been a team effort. I know a lot of people on the streams have submitted ideas. We had a great idea from Delia, who I don't think is here at the moment. Where's her original? It was this one, and that kind of springboarded off into all of this over here. Different peas in a circle. Daria did see this one as well. She watched part of the last stream and she did see this one and she said she liked it. But then I was like, no, that's not the one. There's another one that we're working on. But she did like that one. Yeah, so many ideas. So yeah, again, thank you so much to everyone who's participated, who's done the polls, given feedback, emailed me ideas. It's been a massive team effort, and I think she's very happy. So that is our job done. What does that say? Raquel, I noticed the Z is too thick. Is that... Oh. I don't know if that's an illusion. Maybe. That is a bit strange, actually. It's a bit weird. When you zoom out, it does look a bit thicker. I don't know if that's like an optical thing. No, it might just be an optical thing. Not sure. Maybe a bit too wide, maybe. I could tinker with that either way. And this is a pretty straightforward font. It's just a sans serif typeface. So what is it? Nobel Uno. So if there's something wrong with that, I could switch it out quite easily for something else. This was the one that took time. This is Narcissus. And obviously the P heavily customized, so it fits in with that font as well. Oh. It might be, yeah. Right, I'm gonna go get some dinner and see my kids. Guys, thank you so much for joining the stream. It's been a pleasure as always. Yeah, have a lovely evening, and I'll catch you in the next one.